I felt like it was such a boring video, but hey! Oh my gosh, you scared me.
I scared you.
Ugh.
I always scared you.
You do.
I scared you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is highly requested from you guys and it is my blush collection. I had shown my eyeshadow palettes in the last video and I got so many requests to see my blushes, so I'm gonna film this one as well. It shouldn't be quite as long. I felt like the last one was so boring. Maybe it's just because they're already my palettes and I've seen them a million times, but you guys really seem to love watching these videos, so this one shouldn't be as bad. I do have quite a few blushes, but not as many as eyeshadow palettes. So I'll try to keep this as short as I possibly can, but I do like to show you inside each one and kind of talk about them for a minute, just because I feel like it's a little bit more helpful than just showing you like the outsides of the packaging. So anyway, stick around and I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, so I store my single blushes in my IKEA Alex drawers, and I have 3 drawers of the singles, and then I also have my palettes in some of these plastic drawers over here where I also keep my eyeshadow palettes. So my singles are in here, and I have right now sort of working with 2 different drawer divider systems. The top one, you're gonna laugh, but I got some of these tinfoil like loaf baking pans at the grocery store and just squished them in here. So I have the larger ones here and then I got smaller ones for the side, and it actually works pretty well. So I can't complain, but then I actually found a cheaper option at the Dollar Tree, which is what I'm using in here. So each one of these 3 dividers is $1. So rather than spending $9 or $10 or $15 on makeup organizers that you could find on Amazon for these type of drawers, this was $3. I have just this one single one here so I can show you what they look like, but I love that they have this grippy part on the bottom because I do kind of stand my blushes up and that prevents them from slipping around. So I mean, for $1, and they're really like pretty good quality. They have these feet on the bottom and they just fit perfectly in these Alex drawers. So if you have this type of drawer system, head to the Dollar Tree and see if you can find some of these. So yeah, that's how I store them as cheaply as possible. And now what I'm gonna do, I think, is just take them all out because it'll be a lot easier to just go through them all and this video won't be a million years long like the last one. So this is everything that was in that top drawer with the tinfoil loaf pans, and these are all drugstore blushes, so I'll just go through them quickly. The top 2 are the NYX Away We Glow blushes, and these are in the shade Summer Reflection, which is this one, and then this one is Crushed Rose. These are really beautiful. I like how they have the 4 different colors. I tend to just swirl them all together, but you can also pick, you know, from maybe just one side if that's what you prefer. So I kind of like the versatility, and the formula is actually really nice as well. And then moving on, these are the Essence Mosaic blushes, and these are the shades. This one is All You Need Is Pink, and this one is the Berry Connection. I wouldn't say they're my favorite from Essence. I actually like their Satin Touch ones a little bit better. I feel like they blend a little nicer. And I guess while I'm on these, I'll tell you what these are. This one is Satin Coral, and this one is Satin Love. So those are probably my favorite from Essence. I wish they would come out with more colors because they just blend so beautifully. I think they're just really nice and natural looking. And then speaking of blending beautifully, these are the Flower Beauty Flower Pots. These are probably my favorite drugstore blush, or at least in the top 3. These are so silky, so smooth, and they just blend so seamlessly. I wish they would come out with more colors in these as well because I would buy them all. It's just such a beautiful formula. This is the shade Warm Hibiscus. It's probably my favorite one of the bunch. It has a very slight sheen, but I wouldn't even say shimmer. It's just this gorgeous pink that's so natural on at least my skin tone. It looks amazing. The other 3 are mattes. This one is Peach Primrose. This one, I think it's called Wild Rose. Yes, Wild Rose. And then this one's more of like a dusty rose, and that one's called Sweet Pea. Honestly, all the colors are beautiful though, and I wear these pretty often. And then moving down here, these are the Physicians Formula Butter Blushes. I love the butter bronzer, so I was super excited when these came out. And the first two shades they launched, this one is Natural Glow, and then this one was, I think, Plum Rose. These barely show up on me, and I am pretty fair, so the Natural Glow is almost more like a highlighter, and this one really you need to build up a lot just to even see it on my skin tone. And then they just came out with these two new ones, which I wear a lot more often. This one is Rosy Pink, and this one is Vintage Rouge. I like these two a lot more. I think they're great if you have fair skin, like fair to medium at the most. Anything deeper than medium, these probably wouldn't show up as well, so I think they really need to create some more colors. These just don't even look like blushes to me, so it would be nice if they expanded the range of these, because I do think the formula is really nice and they smell amazing. They smell like coconut. So moving on then, let's go back up here. These are the Wet n Wild Color Icon blushes. Another one of my favorites, probably top 3 at the drugstore. Formula is amazing. They blend beautifully. This is the shade Rose Champagne, one of my absolute favorites, especially on fair skin. It's just beautiful, and it has just a slight shimmer. This one is Pearlescent Pink, which a lot of people say is a dupe for NARS Orgasm. And then this one is Mellow Wine, which is another beautiful one. It's more of a matte shade. And then this is Apricot in the middle. I think that they just chose the most beautiful colors. They're just so super flattering on the skin. And then these are Wet n Wild's Ombre Blushes, which I'm probably just going to declutter as I go here because these don't show up on me at all. They're just very like sort of dry and dusty, which is sad because Wet n Wild obviously knows how to make an awesome blush, but these were just sort of a fail for me. And then I have 8 shades of the LA Girl Just Blushing blushes. I got these at Ulta, and the reason I have so many of them is because at one point they were doing like a BOGO deal on these, so I just got a whole bunch when they first came out. I do really like the formula. I think it's super soft and easy to wear. Let's see, this one is Just Natural. That's one of my favorite shades. This peachy one is Just Peachy, appropriately named. This one is Just Glowing. This one is Just Bare. I like that one as well, and I've actually used that as bronzer before. This one is Just Rosy. This one, it was hard to tell on the website, but it's a little bit too deep for me. I think I probably not going to wear that one too often. This one's Just Playful. That's another favorite of mine. This one is Just Be You. And then this one is one I don't wear too often just because it's super shimmery. This one's Just Radiant. But overall, a really nice formula and very affordable as well. These are the NYX Ombre Blushes, and while the Wet n Wild ones were a complete pass, these are amazing. The pigmentation is so good, and the formula is soft and easy to blend. This is Mauve Me. And then this one is Strictly Chic. I love both of these colors, especially Mauve Me. I feel like it's kind of more of a unique shade, at least in my collection. And then these are the Soap and Glory blushes, and these are very shimmery. I hardly ever wear them because they are just packed with shimmer. This one is Love at First Blush, and this one is Peach Party. I don't know if I'll keep these to highlight with or maybe to use on the eyes, so I don't know if I'm going to declutter these yet, but as I said, they're so shimmery. They're intense like a highlighter, so I really don't wear these as blush. And then this matte blush is the Makeup Revolution matte blush in the shade Nude. This is one of my favorite blushes. I wear this one so much. It's just the perfect color for my skin tone. It's the perfect peachy pink. This is the Physicians Formula Nude Wear Blush, and as you can see, I haven't even tried this yet, but it was on sale at Bed Bath & Beyond one day, so I just decided to pick it up. I just haven't had a chance to wear it yet. This one is the Palladio Mosaic powder in the shade Velvet Plum. This one is kind of dark for me. It's like almost like a brown, so I really don't wear this one all that much. I'm probably going to declutter this one as well. And then this is the new L'Oreal Visible Lift Cheek Duo in Romantic and Rose. This is a really beautiful blush as well. It's super smooth, and I like the highlighter that's in here as well. And I just got this. I haven't had a chance to play with it that much, but I definitely will, so I'm going to hang on to that one. This is the Circa Beauty blush in the shade Flamenco Beach, and it is another beautiful shade. I am so sad that Circa Beauty is discontinued just because they had amazing blushes in their collection. I kind of regret not getting more of the shades. This is one of my favorites. I wear it a lot. It's just the most beautiful peachy coral, so I'm going to hang on to that one for sure. This is one of the new Burt's Bees blushes. This is in the shade Bare Peach. It's okay. It's probably not my favorite, but I just got it, so I'm probably going to just play with it a little bit more before I decide to declutter that one. These are the Milani Rose blushes, and they look very similar to the Flower Beauty. You could see these are actually a lot larger than the Flower ones, and the formula is also completely different. I like these in their own way. They're a little more pigmented than the Flower ones, but they're also not quite as like silky and blendable. These you could kind of get into the clown cheek territory if you're not careful. I think these are more pigmented than those are, so if you have fair skin like I do, you kind of have to be careful and blend these out really quickly before they start to set in on your cheeks. I have the shades Tea Rose, Romantic Rose, and Coral Cove. They do make other shades. These are just the three that I have. Probably my favorite from Milani are their baked blushes. I have several different shades of those. They're just absolutely beautiful. They remind me a lot of the Hourglass blushes, just that really silky baked formula that's so easy to pick up and so smooth. It just looks beautiful on your cheeks. So this is the shade Rose d'Oro, and this is Berry Amore. This is Luminoso, which is arguably their most famous one. This one is, I can't remember what this one is, Dolce Pink, and then this one is Coralina. So these are just gorgeous. If you haven't tried these yet, definitely pick them up. You won't be disappointed. Some of them do have shimmer, but it's very refined, very finely milled, I should say. So it's not gonna accentuate your texture all that much if you do have like pores on your cheeks and things like that. The last one I had in this drawer is the Milani Color Harmony blushes, and this is in the shade Bronze Burst. This one is Berry Rays, and then this one is Coral Beams. These are really pretty as well. They kind of remind me of the same formula as the Rose ones. They're very pigmented. They have that really rich buttery feel to them, but I like that they have the multiple shade options in here because again, you can kind of customize the color to what you like. I also left a few blushes in here because these are ones that I'm going to declutter as well. These are the Hard Candy Baked blushes, and while I love these, they're actually discontinued, and these are also very, very old, so I probably don't want to use these on my face anymore. They're probably 4 or 5 years old at this point, so I'm going to let those go. And then also these Maybelline Fit Me blushes. These are relatively new. They just didn't impress me all that much. I feel like the colors didn't really show up well. I wasn't crazy about the formula, and there's just so many amazing drugstore options here that I don't want to keep anything that's just mediocre or that I don't wear very often. And then the last one I'm going to declutter is the JCat Love Struck blushes. Again, same kind of thing. They're not terrible, but these are just ones that I don't wear very often. I feel like The colors can be duped in any of these other blushes that are on my desk, so those I'm going to get rid of as well. And I completely forgot about these as I was just putting them away. I realized that. These are the BH Cosmetics Flower Blushes. This one is in the shade Honolulu Hideaway, and this one is Caribbean Coral. Yes, Caribbean Coral. And I really like these as well. I think they're soft, easy to blend, and the colors are pretty. I like the cool toned pinks that you get in this one, and then this one is really pretty, sort of peach with the pink and mixed together. It's really beautiful. So I'm gonna hang on to those as well. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up with the second drawer of drugstore blushes that I have, but I'm losing light pretty quickly here and I don't wanna get cut off. So I think what I'm gonna do is post this video and then I'll do a second video on my high-end blushes. So there's a few here that I already set aside that I'm going to declutter, which I'll share with you, but these are the ones that I'm going to keep. So the first two, these are actually brand new. I just got these very recently from Collab, which is a brand at Sally Beauty. This is in the shade Just for Fun. And then this one is First Base. I really like the formula on these. I've been super impressed with everything from Collab lately. They're very soft, easy to pick up. The packaging is really nice as well. It's like that soft touch. It kind of reminds me of NARS. So I really love those. Next we have some baked blushes. These are by the brand Found, which is at Walmart, and these are actually new as well. This one is Peach Glow, which is very light. It almost is bordering on being a highlighter for me, but I don't know if you can see like how it's shimmery, but because it's baked, it's very finely milled, so I don't mind it. It's not glittery or chunky. And this one is in the shade Pink Glow. So these are really beautiful. I've been enjoying those as well. Next I have the NYX baked blushes, which I also like. I feel like I can't get rid of anything baked because I just love baked blushes. This one is called Wanderlust. And then this one is Foreplay. And then I have a little mini Palladio baked blush, but I just really love this color. This is in the shade Wish. It's just so pretty. It's like a nice berry tone, and it's rare that I can wear more of a berry color on my fair skin, but this one isn't too dark, so I really like that one. Then I have 3 of the e.l.f. baked blushes as well. I'm keeping this one closed because it's actually loose in the pan, and I don't know even what the name of that one is. It doesn't have the sticker on it. This one is Peachy Cheeky, and this one is Passion Pink. Those are a really good cheap option if you like the baked formula. They're super inexpensive. And then over here I have the Essence Blush Up powder blushes. These are also more of an ombre style, but I really, really like these. This is in the shade Pinky Flow. And this one is Heat Wave. These came out over the summer and I wore them a lot in the summertime. I just love like the sort of bright, punchy colors. So I'm definitely going to have to remember to pull these out again in the warmer weather because they're just really fun, sort of bright colors, but they're not crazy bright. And then Jordana, they're like $2.99, but the formula is beautiful. They're so soft and look super natural on the cheeks, and all the colors that they have are super flattering and so pretty. So starting with this one, this is Coral Radiance. This one is Passion Rose. This is one of my favorites, Touch of Pink, even though it's like a peachy pink really. This one's Coral Sandy Beach. I like that one as well. And this one is Peach Blossom. And these are a little bit deeper. Again, it was hard to tell when I was ordering them online because you can't get these in Walgreens. They don't carry them with the other Jordana. I really wish they did. This one's Pink Beauty. So that one's a little bit darker for me, I think. Rose Silk. This is another favorite of mine. It's more of a cool tone. This is another deeper color. This is Blushing Rose. And then this one is Tender Tea Rose. And Tawny Beige. This is another one of my favorites. I wear this one a lot. And then we have the Pixie Glowy Powder in the shade Rome Rose. This one is shimmery, but for some reason the shimmer isn't the kind that accentuates texture on my face. So I like to wear this one when I'm not wearing a highlighter. I just pop this on my cheeks and it looks like I'm wearing highlighter with my blush. So it just gives a really pretty glowy effect, and I absolutely love the color. And the shimmer that's in it is sort of like a golden champagne. It's just beautiful. So I love that one. And then ColourPop. These are, again, one of my favorite formulas of blush. I think they're a great deal. They're $8 a piece, but the formula is super silky, blendable. I feel like I keep saying that, but they are. They're just beautiful. And the colors are gorgeous as well. This one is Why Hello, and that's probably one of my favorite shades in their whole collection. This one is Weirdo. And this cooler toned pink is Noodle. And then this one is Rom-Com, which is more of a coral. And then this is probably my other favorite shade, which is called To the 10. And then next up are the City Color Be Matte blushes, which are, again, up there as far as my favorites go. They're $3.99, but the formula is so beautiful, so nice. I just love them. I love matte blushes in particular. The only thing is all of these other shades have actually been discontinued. They have these 4 on their website, which are actually my favorite 4 shades. So these are the ones I'm probably going to keep, and I don't know that I'll use these enough to warrant keeping them. They're taking up a lot of room in my collection, but these 4 shades are Blackberry, Papaya, Guava, and Fresh Melon. They're just absolutely beautiful colors. They are super flattering for my skin tone, but you know, like I said, some of these are just way too bright and bold for me. I'm not likely to wear them. I think these are going away. And then I had set aside these to declutter as well, just because I don't wear them. They're not terrible blushes, but they're just not my favorites, and there's no point in keeping them if I'm not gonna wear them. This is the Almay Smart shade in Rose. And then these are the CoverGirl Marbleized Baked Blushes, the True Blend. Again, they're okay, but I have so many other baked blushes that I like more than these, especially the Milani ones. So these were just mediocre for me. And then last but not least are these Maybelline Master Highlight. I'm not even sure that they make these anymore, but as you can see, I hardly ever even use these, so there's no point in keeping them. Alright guys, so that is my drugstore blush collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and stay tuned for part 2, which is going to be my high-end blush singles as well as my blush palettes. So I will see you guys then.